You have just inherited a home in Sonoma County, and you walk through the front door and you look around and it is full. Decades of a life lit, furniture, photos, boxes, the garage, the clothes, the closets, the dishes in the cabinet, and you have no idea where to start. Well, today I'm going to help you get unstuck with a practical, clear-headed approach to one of the hardest parts of this whole process. So I'm Chris Spade, a certified probate specialist with Keller Realty serving Sonoma County. And whether you are an executor, administrator, trustee, or a family member trying to get things organized, this video is for you. Cleaning out a loved one's home is not just a logistical task, it's an emotional one. And if you don't go through it with a plan, it can bring the entire process to a standstill. Now, a quick note before we get started, I am a real estate professional. I am not an attorney or an estate planning specialist. Everything I share today is general guidance based on what I see families go through in the real world. For legal questions about what specific items need to go to which beneficiaries, always work with your probate attorney. So let's talk about what you're actually dealing with. First, let's acknowledge something. Going through a loved one's belongings is hard. Every item carries a memory, a sweater hanging in the closet, a coffee mug on the counter, a stack of old photos you have not looked at in years. These aren't just things, they're pieces of a person's life. And with that comes a responsibility and a feeling like you need to hold on to all of it and honor who they were. You don't. And I say that with complete respect. You'll always have the memories, but a coffee mug doesn't hold a memory. You do. Keeping every single item is not honoring a loved one. It's making an already difficult decision harder than it needs to be. As a personal representative, it is your legal obligation to the estate and the beneficiaries not to preserve every piece of furniture in the living room. So give yourself permission to let things go. It's okay. So start with what matters most. So before you do anything else, before you call a single company or donate an item, walk through the whole home and pull things out that are genuinely meaningful to you and your family. Photos, letters, heirlooms, items with specific sentimental value. Set those aside first. Then if there are other family members, beneficiaries who would like something to remember their loved one by, involve them. A lot of conflict in probate and trust situations starts over personal property. Getting family members involved early, giving them a chance to claim what's meaningful to them, prevents a lot of friction. And communication is everything. One important note, if you're dealing with a trust, read the document carefully or have your attorney read it with you. Trusts sometimes contain very specific language about who gets what and what certain items are designated to which specific beneficiaries. Now, you don't want to give away grandma's ring to the wrong person or donate something that was supposed to go to a specific family member. Get clarity on all of that before anything leaves the home. Now, what do you do with everything else? So once you've pulled out all the meaningful items, you're left with everything else. Furniture, clothing, kitchen items, a garage full of stuff, tools, electronics, things nobody wants, but nobody wants to just throw away either. Here in Sonoma County, I see families handle this a few different ways, and I want to be honest with you about which ones actually work and which ones cost the estate more than they're actually worth. Option number one is an estate sale. If your loved one had quality furniture, antiques, artwork, collectibles, or other items of real resale value, an estate sale company may be a great option. Now, these companies are going to come in, assess everything, price it, run a sale for you, and they take a commission, typically 30 to 40%, but the heavy lifting is all done for you. Get 2 or 3 bids, read the contracts carefully, and be honest with yourself about whether the contents of the home actually warrant a full estate sale. Not every single home does. Option number 2 is a cleanout company. This is where I recommend that most people start when an estate sale doesn't make sense. A cleanout company comes in, takes everything, furniture, clothing, boxes, and whatever's left. Some will sort and donate the items with resale value. Some will haul everything directly. And what you're left with is an empty home, clean, clear, and ready to prepare for the market. Now, in Sonoma County, a professional cleanout company is always the most efficient path forward. Option number 3, donation. Donating specific items to causes a loved one cared about can be a meaningful and practical way. Now, I've worked with families who donated loved ones' clothing to local shelters, books to the library, or kitchen items to a church. It's a beautiful thing. Just don't try to donate your way through the entire household. Most donation organizations have limits on what they will accept, and you'll spend more time driving things around than it's worth. Now, what I steer you away from is the multi-week garage sale approach. Now, I've seen it more times than I can count. Families spend 2-3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks, pricing items, setting up tables, dealing with strangers, trying to bargain down the price of their parents' belongings. Meanwhile, the house is sitting, the mortgage is still running, the utilities are still on, the estate is still accumulating costs every single day, and at the end of all of it, the garage sale proceeds almost never justify the delay. The bottom line, your job as a personal representative is not to maximize the resale value of every item of the home. Your job is to manage the estate responsibly and to honor your loved one's wishes, protect the interests of the beneficiaries, and keep the process moving forward. So pick the items that matter, involve the family, choose the most efficient path for everything else, and then focus on what actually has significant financial value to the estate, which is the home itself. If you are feeling overwhelmed and you're not sure where to start, that's perfectly normal. Start small. Pick one room, pick a corner, pick a drawer, create some momentum. And if you need help thinking through the logistics here in Sonoma County, resources, referrals to clean out companies, estate sale contacts, reach out to me. That's part of what I do. I'm Chris Spade with Keller Williams Realty, a certified probate specialist serving Sonoma County. So if you're managing an estate and you need guidance on any part of this process, from cleaning out the home to getting it ready for the market, I am here. The link is in the description. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.